All right, here's a story test for the story How Leopard Got His Spots. Written and illustrated by Gerald McDermott. Do you know how Leopard got his spots? Once upon a time, Fred Turtle was playing catch with Hal Hyena. Hal tricked Fred, then he ran away. Fred felt very sad. He called out for help. Help! I am stuck in the plants, he yelled. Then Lynn Leopard ran to help. Chop, 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 Lynn cut the plants off and let Fred out. Fred and Lynn danced in the sun. This is such fun, they said. I have never been this glad, said Fred. I like to paint if I am glad, and glad means happy. Fred mixed paints from many flowers. Then he painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. Fred painted Jill Giraffe next. Look at me, said Jill. I have big brown spots now. I like spots very much. Can I have spots too? Asked Lynn, and that's Lynn the leopard. Fred got set to paint Lynn. Now Lynn had spots of his very own. Oh, he looked so handsome. Zell, Jill, and Lynn had such fun looking at their spots and stripes. Hal said, paint me too. But Fred had a trick for Hal. He splashed Hal with brown paint. Hal yelled and ran off. Now Fred and Lynn are best friends. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning of the story and go through the story questions. Right over here. What takes place at the start of the story? Fred and Lynn dance, Fred paints spots on Jill, or Hal and Fred play catch? Right here. Once upon a time, Fred Turtle was playing catch with Hal Hyena. Hal tricked Fred, then he ran away. Look at the words right there. Right here. The answer is right there. Okay. Find the one that matches the answer right there. Fred and Lynn dance, Fred paints spots on Jill, or Hal and Fred play catch. Find the matching answer right there. All right. Number 2. What problem does Fred have in the story? What's Fred Turtle's problem? He gets stuck in plants, he cannot find his paints, or Lynn would like to have spots. What's the problem? Right here. What's the problem? He says, help, I am stuck in the plants. Can you find the answer that matches that? He gets stuck in plants, he cannot find his paints, or Lynn would like to have spots. Find the answer that matches that word right there. Number 3, what takes place before Fred mixes the paint? Right before he mixes the paint. He looks for Hal, he dances with Lynn, or he gets red and blue water. So here he is mixing the paint, okay? Mixing the paint. Right before that, this page right here, Fred and Lynn danced in the sun. This is such fun, they yelled. He looks for Hal, he dances with Lynn, or he gets red and blue water. Look at the word. Find the word that matches. Find that word right there. He looks for Hal, he dances with Lynn, or he gets red and blue water. Number 4, what does Fred get to mix his paint? Right here. See the pictures? Look at those pretty things that grow. They're part of plants. Fred mixes paints from many flowers. Then he painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. You're looking for the answer that's right here in the story. Right there. Flowers, rocks, or water. What does Fred get to mix his paint? Flowers, rocks, or water? Number 5, what does Fred paint first? Spots on Jill, spots on Lynn, or stripes on Zell? This is the very first thing he paints right here. Okay? He painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. He painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. Right here. Looking for this part. Right there. Spots on Jill, spots on Lynn, or stripes on Zell. Then he painted black stripes on Zell Zebra. Find the answer that matches this. Number 6, what takes place after Fred paints Lynn? Fred and Lynn dance, Fred paints spots on Jill, or Fred splashes paint on Hal. After he paints Lynn Leopard. After Lynn Leopard. Right there. Fred and Lynn dance, Fred paints spots on Jill, or Fred splashes paint on Hal. Says, but Fred had a trick for Hal. He splashed Hal with brown paint. Hal yelled and ran off. Right there. He splashed Hal with brown paint. Right here, this sentence right there. Can you find that in the answer? Fred and Lynn dance, Fred paints spots on Jill, or Fred splashes paint on Hal. Number 7, how does Hal most likely feel at the end of the story? How would you feel if somebody splashed paint on you? He's running away. Does he feel funny? Does he feel glad, like happy? Or does he feel mad? Does he feel funny? I don't think it's funny. Does he feel glad? He's not happy. He's running away. He doesn't like it. Or does he feel mad? He's like, oh no, I got paint on me. He ran off. Serves him right because he was not being a good friend. Not being a good friend at all. Number 8, what does this story explain? Why turtles are so slow, how leopard got spots, or why zebras run very fast? The answer is in the front on the title page. Right here. How leopard got his spots. That's the title and it's the main idea. It's what the story is mostly all about. What does this story explain? Why turtles are so slow? Did it talk about that? No. How leopard got spots? How leopard got his spots. Right there. Or, just got it right here. Let's see. Right there. The answer's right there. Or does it explain why zebras run very fast? Is that what it says? I don't think so. All right, next one. What does Fred learn about Hal? What does he learn about Hal? Let's go on that page where Hal Hyena was being mean. Do you remember that? Hal Hyena was being mean. Right here, he played a trick on him. Hal knows how to paint. Is that what's happening in this picture? No. Hal is not a good friend. He's not a good friend. He played a trick on him. Hal is fun to play games with. Yeah, they were playing, but look what happened. You want to play with somebody who acts like that? What does Fred learn about Hal? Hal knows how to paint. Hal is not a good friend, or Hal is fun to play games with. Does a good friend leave you like this? That's not being a good friend. Okay? Hal is not a good friend. He is not a good friend at all. Right here, Hal is not a good friend. Number 10, why are Fred and Lynn friends? Right here explains. Here he comes. Lynn Leopard ran to help. Lynn asks Fred for spots. No. Fred plays a game with Lynn. No. Lynn gets Fred out of the plants. Look right here. Lynn cut the plants off and let Fred out. Lynn cut the plants off and let Fred out. Lynn gets Fred out of the plants. Alrighty, all done. Make sure you do your bubble test on Seesaw. Fill in the bubbles and match the answers just like this.